G'day guys and welcome to Cooking with Satta. Now I do apologise for a couple of things. I haven't put a couple of these out in a little while. I didn't think they were doing that well, but I've had emails, I've had YouTube messages, I've had my grandfather ask me where these are because he's learning tips and tricks as well, which is fantastic. Brandon, as you saw earlier today, I released the Cooking with Satta and Friends video. He did the deep fries Mars bar. I'm definitely going to try that out. Also, it has been raining here, and when it rains, the road noise gets a little bit noisy, so I don't know if you're better hear the cars or not that are coming through, but we won't let that deter us. So what I'm going to do today is a cheese on toast. Now, I've done something similar before with the toasted cheese sandwiches, but this one's just a little bit different. You'll sort of see how it goes. This one does get a little bit messy, so when we put stuff into the oven or into a little baker, make sure to line the bottom with the alfoil. But the ingredients that we'll need is just flour, cheese, milk, salt, pepper, and cheese, if I didn't say that already, and that's pretty much about it. So let's get into it. Okay, so first of all we start off with the flour. Now if you didn't notice, I had some self-raising flour. I probably recommend using some plain flour, but I don't have any at the moment. So we're going to start off with, we'll say 3 spoons, just whatever, chuck that in there. Chuck in a good blob of butter or margarine, whatever you prefer. Okay, so I've got the pan on a medium heat. I'll just start to work that about. At this point I've already got my griller on, so we can toast the bread and melt the cheese all at the same time. So what should happen here is it should work into a little ball, roughly. Let me go left-handed. Okay, when you can sort of start smelling that it's cooked, I know that sounds funny when I'm trying to show you, but you'll know. Everything sort of is a little bit worked together. You can start sort of smelling it, and then you just want to add in your milk, just a little bit by a little bit. Remember, if you're not making a mess, you're not cooking. Okay, so it's important here that you keep stirring, otherwise it'll get stuck to the bottom. You can see here it's getting like it got like really thick, and now it's sort of starting to thin out a little bit. Okay, so now's the time you want to add in your salt and pepper. Take that off the heat for a sec. Okay, so you do need a fair bit of the salt and pepper, because I mean it is only just flour and milk at the moment. A little bit more, and you do actually need to cook this out for a little while, like 5 to 10 minutes. Otherwise you'll have the flour taste, and it's not very good. So I'm just going to continue to layer it up, and then we'll get back to you soon. Okay, so as you can see here, it's just coming along. Now, it's taken me about 5 minutes to get here, and you'll notice that pretty much all of the lumps are worked out, and I've switched to a whisk. To start off, it's better off with the wooden spoon because it's a bit thick and gloopy, and the dog gets sort of caught up in your whisk. So some of my UK friends will sort of notice this is very similar to a Welsh rabbit. I think I pronounced that right. Okay, so when you get to about this consistency, at the moment you could pretty much use this for a pancake mix. I'll just turn the heat down just a fraction. Try not to lose your stirrer, and you want to chuck in a whole bunch of cheese, but we'll do it a little bit at a time. So we'll probably go back to the wooden spoon just to incorporate this. Now it's here where you can put in, like for the Welsh rabbit, it's like Worcestershire sauce, and then once you've got all that in, an egg, You can put in chili, you can put in hot English mustard, bacon or ham, or both. Anything, really. Because we take it from here, we want this really super cheesy. So cheesy I can't even think of a joke at the moment. Okay, so work this in until the cheese melts, which doesn't take too long, as you can see. There's no edits in between these shots. It's coming together just nicely. Make sure you work it all around the edges, nothing gets stuck. I will taste a little bit. Careful, because it'll be hot. And as you can see there, the cheese is doing its thing. Oh yeah. Okay, so for me at this point, it's still just a little bit floury. So it needs to be cooked out a little bit more. Like if you taste it and it still tastes like flour, leave it on the heat, but make sure you make sure you keep stirring. If it thickens up, you can chuck in a dash more milk, but that's the basic consistency that we're after right there. Nice and gloopy. So as you can see, it's going to make a mess. I'm actually looking excited. I'm going to put a little bit more cheese in. Okay, so that's pretty much perfect. I'll try and sort of see here. It should be good. Alright, we're back in a sec. Okay, so here we are. We've got our bread out. Now you do have to work sort of relatively quick, because you know the colder the cheese gets, the more it will melt. So I've just got a big spoon here, and we'll just gloop it on in the middle, and then sort of just spread it out to the edges a little bit. Grab another one. As you can see, it is a little bit messy. But it's not that hard to make. Okay, so from here you can put on some garlic salt, which I have just here. Good to keep the flu and the colds away. Good old garlic and the vampires. So yeah, we'll chuck this underneath the grill for about 5 minutes. Just keep an eye on it. You'll notice like all the bread around the edges will go sort of a nice browny color, and the cheese should go brown on top as well. So with my oven, I've got it at about 180 to 200 degrees, and I've got it sitting up on a grate, so the hot air gets underneath it, and it'll actually sort of cook underneath as well, or toast underneath as well. So let me chuck that in the oven, and we'll be back in a sec. So there they are, fresh out the oven. You see here, it's got just a nice little toasting around the side. You've got nice browning on top, and that's partly because of the cheese and the flour inside the jus, the white sauce. So there you have it, guys. My take on a cheese on toast, or Welsh rabbit, whatever you sort of know it as. It's completely gorgeous to look at and tastes fantastic as well. So remember to like, favorite, and comment if you like this video, and tune in next Friday for another Cooking with Satta.
Machine